champions.
Yeah.
Fucking champs. We the champs.
I feel like there's probably words of this that we should know.
Yeah.
We're not. I guess we're not true fans or something. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is the Damn Good Time Podcast.
Go Bucks.
Hell yeah. We are doing the National Championship episode right now. Because we won that.
We won that.
It was a pretty good game.
Gave Notre Dame their Cummins.
They're up and they're up and Cummins or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
I like to give
come
out,
on. Who expected them to win?
give out Cummins whenever I can. But yeah, dude, that was an amazing game.
Yeah. I mean, when you start off the first half like that, you're like, all right.
They picked up some momentum. The Notre Dame did there in the second half. I wasn't too nervous, but it was like, come on, let's not let them.
When they got it within 8 again, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, well, come on, boys. Like,
Right.
let's go down and score again so we can make this. And then we scored again.
Yeah.
And then we scored again. And then
Yeah.
put it away. So,
Yeah. And then I wasn't worried anymore, you know.
but they got back within 8, which is, still kind of impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. They made it interesting there, at least, you know.
At least made a 1-score game. So it was a little bit like, hey, no.
They started out hot too.
Yeah.
You know, like that first drive, they ate fucking like almost the entire quarter on one drive for a touchdown. I was like, this better not be how this goes.
Yeah.
Like, because we didn't see any offense on the field for the first quarter,
Almost.
I think it was like 10 minutes. That first drive was like 10 minutes or some bullshit like that.
It was very long. Like a quarterback running. I seen him get up a couple times. I'm like, they cannot sustain that.
Yeah.
You cannot sustain that.
I was saying the exact same thing. They were beating the fuck out of that guy.
I'm like, you can't just run like you're running back the whole time and then try to go throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get beat up.
Right.
And
I thought that was ridiculous. It just kept going to that dude over and over and over again.
that's literally what happened, though. He kept trying, and then finally it's like, no, you can't do that anymore. That's what happens, though. I feel like with most games against Ohio State, because they're, such a big team. Always a good team for the most part.
Try something new.
We're gonna start this off strong, and we'll run this. This is our playbook for the first drive.
This is our game script for the first little bit.
Yeah, we got this down the first drive, and then I don't think they plan anything after that.
No, not really.
And then they don't know what to do.
We'll see how they react.
All right, now we'll go back to our normal play calling, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now you lose then. So
Yeah.
you need to have 45 different brand new plays, which you can't expect your players to learn all those plays.
Right.
A few weeks before you're going to play them. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, but it was a good game, good time. My parents came down. We had a bunch of Chinese food, watched it, drank a bunch of vodka, so that was pretty cool. I was doing this whole dry January thing. I'm like, it's a fucking national championship game,
Yeah.
Guys, I will drink for that. It's fine.
Yeah. I've been trying to go low to no carb, and I'm like, I'm eating pizza, whatever.
Yeah, carbs, calories don't count on national championship games.
No.
If the Browns are in the Super Bowl, calories don't count for that shit either. You know what I mean?
That either, yeah.
Or even if they were in the fucking playoffs, dry January, my ass, dude.
Yeah.
If the Browns were still in it, it'll be fucking some other dry month or whatever.
Just this one day. This one day.
Yeah. Just
one day.
But whenever it's special occasions like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal.
Right.
Been a while since we had a national championship in the books, so.
Right. It's been a while since we could really get very excited about Ohio sports.
Yeah, I mean, Buckeye's always been good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean they've had a few playoff runs here and shit. They've made it pretty far into it and stuff. But I mean they haven't been there since what was it 2012, right?
I mean, national championship.
Yeah,
was 2014, right?
Was it 14? Somewhere around in there.
It was the last time they adjusted the playoffs to a 14 playoff instead of Now it's a 12-team playoff.
If I could type. National champions.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah. And then this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good deal. Team looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we'll lose some players, but we're still going to have a lot of stars on there, and we're going to have a lot of cool people in there, or good people in there.
Yeah.
So, and now that they make money in college, you get more people that are like, hey, yeah, I can play for you guys.
Yeah. I'll hang out longer before going to the draft or whatever and shit, too.
I'm really interested to see where our Howard, the quarterback, goes, because, a lot of people don't really give him any clout. They're like, doesn't really look like a good quarterback. In his last few games,
dude, he's fucking accurate as shit.
He was looking very composed, and he's a big dude. He's kind of like that Roethlisberger type of guy.
Was this his senior year?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. That sucks. I liked him.
So, he transferred over too. So,
yeah,
I mean, we'll have somebody, we'll slide somebody right in there. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
They already got a couple that they're like, oh, look at this kid. Look at this kid.
It's nice. It's nice rooting for a big college team because you never have any shortage of talent wanting to come play for them,
Right. And that's the thing with like a big team. Not that Notre Dame's not a big team, but they're on their own. They're not in A division. They're just.
I never knew that till this time, till that game.
Yeah. They're no conference. They're just kind of just chilling on their own.
What's the advantage of that? If any?
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for them to even get to the national championship, so like, for Ohio State to win the national championship, the conference gets money.
Yeah.
And it's split between the conference.
Yeah.
So playoff wins, the schools get money for that too, with the sponsors, with the TV ratings, with all the ads, all that revenue. A lot of that goes back to the schools, right? So if you're in a conference, you split it between the conference. So you want a good conference, so all the money's always going to all the schools, so then the schools can be better and yada, yada, yada. Well, Notre Dame's not in a conference.
Kind of work as a team then.
Right. So they get all that money for themselves.
That's pretty neat.
And I don't know. I don't know why, any other reason besides that. I'm sure it's easier to find games to play because you play in-conference games then, but then they don't have to play anybody for a championship then, so they just got to be rated higher.
Right. That's what I was thinking is like, if anything, I feel like it would be a disadvantage if you're not attached to a conference, except for now they have the 12-team playoff.
Right.
Whereas before it was 4-team, and it's like, well, we're taking all these conference champs.
Right.
Right. Like, we got to give them they're in a whole conference. They're the champions of that conference. What champion are you the conference of? Oh, you're not. So sorry.
But that way, they were in a conference at one point in time, right? And then they left.
I
it's so confusing to me all the time. I think they were in one, and then some people say
I think their entire school, all their entire other sports are in a conference right now, but they're not.
They were Big 12 or whatever, because Big 12 doesn't exist anymore. But they didn't.
They were in the ACC for the 2020 season.
Okay. So, yeah, I just know nobody's picked them up, or nobody wants to pick them up, or they don't want picked up. That's the other thing. A lot of that goes to the broadcasting rights, too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They've got to deal with NBC to do all their home games, so they don't even need, like, a conference deal with.
Yeah, so, like, Big Ten has Big Ten Network. SEC, I think, has an SEC network. Like, it's all that, like, different stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just weird.
And they have an agreement with the ACC to play 5 games per year against ACC opponents.
Okay.
And their other sports compete in the ACC, except for men's hockey, which is in the Big Ten.
Huh. There you go. Just football's weird.
One anomaly in Notre Dame's record of independence came in 2020 when college football schedules were in chaos due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So Notre Dame actually competed in the ACC for the 2020 season, playing 10 ACC conference games and technically eligible to compete for the ACC Conference Championship. That season, Notre Dame actually reached the ACC Championship game, but lost 34-10 to Clemson.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so they're just kind of independent. They're just freelancing out there.
Yeah.
They're just doing freelance work.
That's
weirdos.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of other schools that aren't in conferences, but they're like the small schools and shit.
But I feel like just weirdly, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this should be a part of the Big Ten. I don't know why.
I thought they were.
I just feel like they should be. But it's always because they've been a tough matchup for us, like, the entire time.
Because I thought for sure going into this, I was like, man, that's crazy. 2 Big Ten teams in the national championship,
Right.
but they're not a Big Ten team. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm dumb. You know, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That happens a lot, but like,
it's also been a long, long time since they've been had a run like this. So
yeah, and I do like their coach.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like a cool guy. Anytime I've seen him in interviews and shit, he seems like he's a good dude. But you know, not good enough for me to ever want him to win against us.
No.
I had to, fuck that guy for that game.
I think Notre Dame is a lot like Penn State, where like I don't like Penn State.
Yeah,
And I don't really like Notre Dame because it's just like two of those teams that have beat us in bad spots. In spots where
yeah. When we have a good team, we have a good year, like, man.
Yeah.
But that's that one game that's going to bite us in the ass, probably.
It's like, oh, man, Penn State always plays us hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, I don't know. It's going to be a tough game.
Right.
Penn State's got a couple losses to weird teams.
Notre Dame's looking tough
always
this year. We got them week 6.
It's just weird. I mean, we don't play Notre Dame very much, I don't think.
But I think no. They haven't beat us any, but they've made us, I think they've had us worried. Because they kept showing whenever they're doing these big games, they're like, the last time they met up, it was this. The 10 years before that, they met up, it was that. And like every time there's like, the few previous meetups, it was always us beating them.
Yeah, it's always a worry. It's
yeah.
Like, they just worry
you. Yeah.
Penn State worries, and they have beat us a couple times. I was like, God damn it.
Them Fighting Irish. We need to change that mascot if we're changing other mascots.
Yeah, that's racist.
yeah. It's racist against Irish people.
Yeah, they just fight all the time.
Yeah, what do you think? That's not
mean.
Yeah, it's a weird double standard.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Football is awesome.
Yep.
We had some playoffs in the NFL, too.
Yep. I wanted to touch real quick because we talked about that a little bit last week. And the teams that we said we wanted to go got knocked out. Yeah. Well, first, let me give a shout out to my wife. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday.
By the time this comes out, her birthday will be over, but happy birthday.
Yeah.
And then, secondly, sorry about your Detroit Lions, because did not see that coming. Did not see the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels, the rookie, just coming out of nowhere, just beating the shit out of the Lions.
Yeah.
So, but it happened. So,
And then, God, because like I said last week, we talked about teams we'd like to see, and they got fucked. So I don't want to say anything this week.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to jinx it. But
the Baltimore Ravens losing.
Yeah.
Which we're all cool with that.
Well, I wanted to see him go.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things, too, where it's like, well, hey, we beat him in the regular season.
Yeah. But they lost at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
So.
But the fucking, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Bills better beat Kansas City. I'm tired of seeing Kansas City.
Let's see it happen.
I want to see something different.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about their three-peat. Like, fuck that.
It'd be pretty cool to see a three-peat like that. I don't know.
I mean, I'd be like, respect. Good job, guys. Way to three-peat. But
just something about the team you don't like. It's not as pretty as like Patrick Mahomes is not as pretty as Tom Brady.
Right.
Like, Tom Brady made the games about throwing and scoring points, and not all the time, obviously. And it is kind of similar if you look at it away, but he would put up, yards. But they are both this similar offense of play that clock
Right.
extremely well and just game sense and like momentum killers and switchers really fast.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't know. It's just different. I don't know what it is, but it's not far off from each other. But I just feel like, it's like Tom Brady's GOAT, but I could obviously see like Patrick Mahomes getting close to
Yeah.
the same amount of stats in a different version, the same amount of rings, easy.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, he's on track.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's not
Getting pretty close.
Yeah, he's not doing bad.
He needs what? A couple more?
Right.
Tom Brady had 5?
Brady's got 6.
6.
So he's got one for the thumb. He's got more. What? He's got more Super Bowl wins than even an NFL franchise.
Yeah.
Even a single team.
But because we play fantasy football too, like
Patrick Mahomes didn't do shit for fantasy football this year.
well, towards the end of the year, he was
Still.
okay. But yeah, nobody wanted. He's nobody wanted.
Yeah. How many people burn a fucking like 4th or 5th round pick on him?
Right.
You know?
I'm like, no.
Him, who are the busts? It was like him, Christian McCaffrey, even fucking Kelsey didn't do fuck all.
Oh, I mean, fantasy, there was a lot of first rounders that
Yeah.
you were like, well, what the hell? Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tyreek didn't do much.
Christian McCaffrey, injury we didn't know about, kind of coming into it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's injured. Okay, well, when he comes back, he's in fine.
What was the QB for the Colts that didn't do fuck all either?
Anthony Richardson.
Yes, yeah.
Starting to look a little bit better towards the end of the season again. But if that's going to be the reliance next year, I mean, who wants him?
Right.
It just, your first rounders were like,
Yeah.
and then another injury-ridden season. The concussion thing just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with the concussions. Like, did they not pay attention to them before? Like, I don't.
Right. Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I don't
remember.
think they did.
Yeah.
It wasn't until what's his face killed his family and shit.
Yeah. Like, maybe like you guys brains are bleeding or
Yeah.
something.
Hernandez was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
Played
sounds
for the
right.
Patriots. But yeah, it
You
wasn't
guys
until
keep having brain bleeds and stuff.
I think it was even the one football player too. There was one guy that like killed himself, and in his suicide note, he was like, "I want science to study my fucking brain because something is wrong with it."
Yeah.
And then that's whenever they started noticing the brain dead patterns that happened with CTE and shit.
Yeah.
And then they really started rolling out the concussion protocols and shit. So
Yeah, because they put them in quick,
yeah,
and they're like, no.
yeah, we need to protect your heads.
Yeah. Which I understand, 100%.
Yeah.
And now, you get the Guardian helmets out there for a little extra padding. But I'm like, does that even really help? Does that even really help?
So, there was some stat, I thought it was a fantasy footballer said it, where it decreases the risk of concussion by like 60%.
Well, then just make
It's like
everybody.
something ridiculous.
Can we design better helmets then, maybe?
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, I feel like they've been designed pretty well over the years.
Give him like a big old beach ball on there or some shit.
I'm going to wonder, okay, a couple things. One, can we just, are we going to have giant NFL blitz players with giant heads? Like, always running
It was
around.
like the arcade style old
Just
school
to
Super
protect their
Nintendo
head.
one.
And then, two, I want to know another fact. The dudes with the big fucking dreads hair, like crazy amount of hair that's shoved
Ooh.
under that helmet, I wonder what their rate of concussion is,
Do you
because I
think
bet it's lower.
I was gonna say it might pad it a little bit more.
Oh, it's gotta.
You'd think.
It's gotta be the same, because those guys got to get oversized helmets to put those dreads in there
Yeah.
and shit.
They get a little more wiggle room in there.
Not even just dread. I mean, like, just you got a lot of hair.
Right.
You got to help a little cushion, too.
Yeah. And you would think that maybe they'd all wear those what is it, a Guardian cap? Did they put on
Guardian
that?
cap,
That was
yeah.
called. You'd think they'd just all put that on there, but like most dudes are like too cool. Like, I don't need that shit. I look corny. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only ones that are, it's like their wives or their moms are like, no, you better wear that.
I think the ones that do are smart, and they're like, no, I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my money when I'm done with this shit. So I don't want to be like half
Who gives a shit how much money I got if I'm fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I don't want to be special ed after this going.
Yeah.
Put in, I want more put in. Like, I don't know. Like,
can't even remember my kids' names.
yeah, like
pulling a George Foreman name and all their kids George Foreman, so that way you can't forget them.
hey, 'cause you literally worked your entire life from your probably the time you're I don't know 10 years old until you retire football at
shit, dude.
30.
If you were fucking smart and now you're getting paid in college, if you could get out there and retire from the NFL at like 26. You know?
Oh, you easily could.
Like if you were smart with your fucking money and maybe lived a little more of a humble lifestyle than most of them do.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man. Fuck, dude.
Done.
I've been grinding since I was, like you said, like Pee-wee football, like 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, because I know it's a long-term thing. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, these guys just, they play college ball and then they go. And it's like, it's only kids. This long. It's like, that's not true.
Right. The real ones dedicated their shit.
Because there's only a certain percentage of people that make it to the NFL. I mean, think about how many players are on a team.
Yeah.
And how many people in the United States and how many people actually play football.
How many kids in high school.
What percentage actually gets pulled to go to the NFL? Even just to sit on the goddamn bench.
Somebody had to have figured up some kind of crazy ballpark.
Sure. I mean, it's probably 2% of people that play football from a young age till they make it to a team. And I'm talking even bench warmers, because a bench warmer can make $500,000 a year sitting on the bench doing nothing.
Roughly 0.023% of high school football players make it to the NFL.
Yeah.
Not even 1%.
It only has about 300 openings each year. I don't think that's true. There's more than 300 openings each year. I would disagree with that, but
yeah, that's not even AI is pulling it from this.
Or yeah.
So 2.6% are eligible to pay for NCAA Division I teams.
Okay. 22%
are draft eligible from that 2.6.
Yeah, that's not a right stat completely, but I get what they're saying.
I have a feeling
they're saying from high school to get then into a college program and then the college program and move on. I get what they're saying. But they're breaking that percentage down in a weird way.
Well, I don't understand what you don't agree with
it. So it's saying 2.6% of college football players can only make a Division I team.
Yeah.
So, no, I guess so, yeah.
And then of that 2.6, only
22%. Yeah. No, because we're talking from high school to the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, that makes more sense.
And then of that 22% that are draft eligible, only 1.5% actually get a slot in the NFL. So, yeah, that cut.
Yeah, if you want to go, the 1.5% is what throws me off, because it's like, what you're talking about, the people that are in college to go to play NFL. But
yeah, either way, just because you're good at high school football doesn't mean you're making it in the NFL.
I mean, I said 2-3%, whatever. So
enough. Yeah,
I'm gonna up it just because there's some other factors that could play into it.
Yeah, and I know there's fucking freaks of nature out there that are just like, they probably didn't have to work very hard to get there. But most people that are in there have been playing football and missing summers and doing camps and working their asses off since they were doing pee-wee shit, you know?
Mark came off the streets. In that movie, I forget it was for the Eagles or whatever, but they had like an open tryout for a position or something, and
they did that. They tried to do that, or they made an episode about that on Always Sunny, where they tried to
try out. That was awesome. And Dee was slamming as a kicker, and they're like, "Holy shit!" It's like, I'm a woman.
And then didn't she break every bone in her foot or something trying to kick the ball again?
No, guys, this really hurts.
yeah. So other than football, you know,
we just footballed you guys up there, anyways.
yeah.
So, sorry.
Well, we talked about it for like 40 minutes on the last episode. I do believe is what it was.
All right, but we're done now.
Yeah, because we're national championships.
Yeah,
End of discussion.
it's all over until breaking news happens or something.
Yeah.
Like that,
And anything cool going on this week for you? Anything else?
no, wife and kids were gone for like a week, so
Yeah,
did some house projects
that's cool.
and played some video games.
Hell yeah.
Watched some football,
Hell yeah.
and that's about it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But other than that, not a lot going on. You know, just
Yeah.
it's chill. Wife's birthday.
Yeah.
We're
We're gonna do a little dinner for that tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a little dinner for her. A bunch of us getting together, so that'll be a damn good time. I would
Hell yeah,
think.
it will be.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No issues there. We'll make it home safe.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going far, but and then I converted the cribs are now not cribs anymore.
Ooh, they're getting bigger, and now they're in.
stage 2, which is like the crawl in, crawl out with the little side railings. You know,
Yeah, just keep
little
them
big
rolling
side-
off.
keep them rolling out. Which is real cute. You know,
Yeah.
they got home last night late, and they got to see their beds, and then this morning was cute because like hanging out with the kids and starts like my bed.
Yeah.
My bed.
Yeah.
Like she was very excited about her bed. She's
Yeah.
like, this is my bed, and I can get in and out of it now. This is my bed.
You don't have to fucking put me in there.
Yeah,
This is
this is
mine.
my bed.
It's like feels
Yeah.
more like mine and less like a cell. Like it's my bed.
Right.
you
It's
know?
my bed now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was cute. Which they're coming along pretty well with their speech. It's just still like say, I feel like there's a year behind on everything.
Yeah.
Till they're not. I feel like one day it's gonna be like accelerate
Yeah.
past everybody. So
I feel like too, since there's two of them, they're the same age. You know, it's almost like they're competing for talk time and shit. Anyway, too.
Right.
You know.
yeah. Yeah, it's tougher. I mean, me and the wife hold down full-time jobs, and there's never like somebody just sitting there. I mean, I'm not saying their babysitters and stuff don't help them out and do all that.
Right.
We do the schooling and stuff that we're pre-doing, but it's twins, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know a lot of parents, a lot of people that like even their second kid or something, it didn't seem to talk as soon as the first one did and shit, and then all of a sudden it just fucking blows up and it's talking all the time. I think Parker was even kind of that way where he didn't seem like, and he almost had like a little bit of a speech impediment ish whenever he was first starting to talk, and then it's just like it was like seemed like the next month it was it was never an issue. You know,
Right.
you never would have guessed. So
Well, all of a sudden you're done. You're like, okay, well,
yeah.
I miss your words I couldn't understand before. It was
Yeah.
a lot nicer.
Super cute. Like Henry always used to say onions instead of onions. I'm like, oh, that was super cute. Now he doesn't say that anymore. He's not fucking cute anymore. Now he just farts all the time, and it's funny. I wouldn't call it cute though.
He's gonna be a jerk in a couple of years.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Fucking hate you, Dad. Like,
Just give me contact.
cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Yeah. Do you have an exciting week with you?
No.
All right, we're boring then.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we gonna do this shit?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nothing too crazy. Just watched the game, played video games. I took Tuesday off work because of the game on Monday, so that was cool.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Always a good idea.
Yeah, because I didn't. Well, then I also got drunk on Monday night too. So, like, I can do one or the other. Either I stay up late or get drunk. But once I do both, then the next day I just got too fucking old anymore, man.
Yeah.
I used to always be able to hang out. You know,
You gotta keep sleeping.
get like 4 hours of sleep. Wake up hungover. Fuck it, dude. I can make that's fine. Now it's just like, nope, I don't want to do this at all.
You're right.
That's why I have personal days, and that sounds like a personal day to me. So. And that is bitter fucking cold we've been having.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
been real cool.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm not excited because my gas company has not came out and read my meter in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So I got charged $23 for last month. And I'm like, that's not right.
That's not going to be, yeah.
Yeah, I need to put some extra money in that account because that's going to be hit me big time. So.
Yeah. This has been a pretty brutal January for us so far.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we had one like this.
Yeah. So they've just been averaging out since like summertime. Like, yeah, it was $23. I'm like, you better come out here and be like,
yeah,
you owe us about $500 now.
Yeah, I hate when they do that shit.
Yeah. It's like,
you're
not properly average. You need to come the month. You need to come every month. Why aren't you coming every month?
Yeah. Or then they'll be like, hey, that month sucked. Our averages sucked. So now they'll overcorrect the steer to average it in the other way. And then they won't check it till like, middle of summer. And be like, you haven't been using any gas. We've been wildly overcharging you. And then they'll drop it back down.
Right.
And then next winter, you'll end up in the same fucking situation all over again.
That's exactly what happened.
I don't know why they don't do it in the...
Mine has a remote
quarterly
thing. I mean, at this day and age, could like connect to some kind of system?
Or just be like, hey, it's been colder than normal. Let's go out and read a couple.
Maybe we should read some meters.
Yeah. At least like spot check areas. You go out, even if they hit any of your neighbors' houses and be like, oh, that guy's been using a lot more gas than normal. Let's check the whole area now. Let's check that little area, that little community, because I bet you they're all the same.
Don't they know? Like
they should.
Like, God, it's just laziness and like,
yeah,
it's bullshit.
Yeah,
because then they can come out and hit your meter. I'm like, what if I go out there and just destroy my meter right now?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, I don't know.
I'll be like, I don't know what happened to it. They'll be like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know what happened to it.
It's just broke.
It's broke. You need to come fix it. They'll be like, come out and be like, oh, it's completely broke.
It's been broke for like 6 months. Don't you guys check it monthly?
Yeah. I don't know. Something ate it.
Yeah.
Something that likes little dials that flip around.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy thing to me. It's like, how do you not have like a consistent reading on it to know what to charge me money for?
Yeah.
You're just flowing gas in my house.
Well, they probably have some sort of alarm that'll immediately trip whenever it's not working right.
Oh, I'm sure.
We lost communication.
That cute little fake lock they put on it gets broke.
Yeah.
They hang Christmas ornaments with. And woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Here they come. Oh, man, what's up? What are we like?
Sorry.
So I even have a remote meter where they can like scan it from the road or whatever they do. But during the summer, the guy still comes up on my deck and checks it. Cause sometimes like it's a Saturday, I have guys coming out and checking it. And I'm like,
yeah,
what is going on? But in the winter, meh.
Nobody wants the overtime then.
Nah. And all you gotta do is drive over the house and go beep.
Yeah.
Like, can't you get at least an average for the neighborhood and charge that?
Right.
So it's just, to me, it's a racket. I feel like
something.
I need to figure out how to hack it.
Well, it's not like you can choose from gas companies either.
Not where I live. Right.
I don't think in most places you can. It's like they lock down that community's utility.
So in some places, so they made it so it's not a monopoly, so you can actually like get somebody else, which is weird.
Yeah. But
they're basically like saying, we have this person, you can only sell them gas at this rate.
Yeah.
And some people actually do it to be like, okay, look at my house, there's my average. Instead of you charging me a lot in the winter, nothing in the summer, I'm going to pay the same bill all year long.
Right.
No matter what happens. No matter what's up with the weather. There might be some clause in there like, I don't know, it's like X or X. We you
either have 10% for or against and that for it to be this locked in price or some shit.
They'd be happier to be like, charge me $50 a month and then figure it out.
Right.
But that's honestly what I should do is just put $50 a month in it. I remember I talked to my brother. He does this with, I think he does it with his gas bill or his electric bill or something. He would always pay the same amount no matter what.
Yeah.
And then come, summertime he'd pay the same amount. And then come wintertime, He just had this big credit.
Had the credits on.
And it's just paying against that, against that. You just keep paying the same amount.
Figure out your own average, basically.
You just figure out, yeah. So figure out what you paid for a year and then just pay that, divide it by 12 and just pay it.
And that's so fucking dumb. They should just know.
Right.
It's like the same thing with taxes. It's like, I don't understand why I have to pay somebody to fill out my forms to get the number that you guys already know what it is.
Yeah.
Just tell me what the number is.
Right.
You know?
A W-2's got to be made up by somebody. Why can't that W-2 just be like...
You guys have fucking records for it, because if I didn't pay it right, you'd come get me.
Yeah, we made different situations for that, so that's the other thing, too. But,
yeah.
You know, maybe you had a kid in the middle of the year, and then your kid counts, and then maybe...
Yeah, but they knew that, too. They gave it a number.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They gave it a fucking number, so I...
Yeah, but, like... People file differently, so
right. Yeah, but I feel like I just like go to their website, type in how I file.
Well, why don't you just take the correct amount of tax out that I'm supposed to pay too?
Yeah.
Like, oh, by the end of the year, we don't know how much money you're making, and that's your tax bracket. Well, you know what? How about I declare what I'm going to make at the start of the year, and if I make over that, then I win.
Yeah.
If I make under that, then I win too, because you don't need our extra $500.
Right. Or just set up a fucking website for me to do it for free. And I know they're like, well, TurboTax does it for free. Yeah, for one trial period, and then you still got to pay them to fucking file your shit.
And you got to pay for state.
Yeah.
They'll do your federal for free.
But you got to pay it for them to file state.
But I got your state information here, and you
Yeah.
do that. Well, you can do it all on your own in forms and then mail it in and then wait fucking 6 years to get it back. But,
True, but that sounds dumb.
right. You got to know what you're doing a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we can all do that. It's a real thing.
I wonder how much it costs for, like, what are the tax filing computer program? You know? Because all H&R Block does is have a fucking program.
Right.
And then they have a lady sit there and look at my shit, and then she just takes the numbers from this line on my shit and puts it into this line on their shit, and then their shit emails it to that shit.
Well, that's why you get enough money. You have a tax professional.
Well,
that you pay. That you're paying money.
We know a tax professional, don't we?
Do we?
I thought Z-Dubs used to be a fucking CPA at one point. Or he has the license to it. I think he had it at one point. Or what we need to do is come together as friends, find the person that, hey, man, you're going to be our tax. I mean, we'll all do it together.
Starts a business. The guy starts a business. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, we just, hey, man, I'm going to learn, or everybody pitch in, buy me the software, or whatever it is that I need to do it, and I'll do all our taxes.
Yeah. I just hate that it was always like, oh, now here's you want to do your state. Oh, well, you got to pay us $120 to do your state.
That costs $150.
I'm like, well, I'm only getting $100 back from my federal, and then I'm going to, but I'll get $200 back from my state. So, let me go ahead and file it.
Yeah,
so,
so I get $50.
Yeah, I got, woo-wee.
In the end, I come out with $50. Well, I had federal take out an extra $100 every pay this year, so that way I shouldn't have to end up paying. Because last year I ended up having to pay for the first time ever, and I don't know how the fuck that works.
Yeah,
because I claim nothing.
It's good. You're making money.
Well, I claim zero, so they take more taxes out.
Right.
And then I still ended up having to pay at the end of the year.
So in that next tax bracket, bro.
Well, don't they tax my paycheck more for being in that tax bracket?
Nope.
They have to.
Nah, so you make enough overtime, bonuses, whatever it might be, and you get into that next
bonuses.
And you slip into that next tax bracket with the overtime, just in your gross.
Right, but
just in your gross, it does not matter what you literally did besides that.
Well, I know when I was doing oil field shit,
and that becomes more taxable, which is the dumbest thing.
They took out more from my paychecks.
Yeah. So what happens?
Because that's the other thing is I was in a higher tax bracket for sure in the oil field, and they took out more from my paychecks, and I got more back.
The tax bracket has never made sense to me. because it's such a wide range, right?
Yeah.
So they'll put it in like a 20 to 30 to sometimes even a $50,000 range.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so if I just barely slide this tax bracket by $1, by $1,
yeah,
I'm barely into it, right?
Right.
Now I have to pay an extra 7%.
Right.
So I'm not going to, if I would have made $1 less, I would have, and the percentage increases fucking, they jump so high, right?
Yep.
It's like, I would have had to pay a lot less taxes. I would have got more money back, whatever it is. A few grand in some cases. So
but what I'm trying to figure out, like I was saying in the oil field, they taxed me like I was in the next bracket.
Right.
And then I never hit that bracket, so I got money back.
Right.
So now why are they taxing me like I'm not in a certain bracket, but then I make that next one just barely, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't tax you like you were there. But they knew it before.
Oh, that's got to go to your financial department, whoever's taxing you. Whatever percent they're on. Yeah, I don't know. It should be all pretty clerical, but
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you get your W-2. That's what it is. So I don't know.
Right. I just don't
That's
understand
what
how
tax you were supposed to pay, and what they actually took out.
Because like 1 year
of your paycheck is what the difference is.
And it wasn't like there was like a new tax thing or you're like, oh, we got a stimmy bonus or anything like that. 1 year I got like 14 grand back whenever I was working in the oil field. Like I made probably I don't know, I made a lot more than I'm making now, and now I have to pay. Which doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
You probably just paid way more taxes than you should have. So somebody probably just had your tax rate set up crazy high.
Right. I just don't understand how that changes whenever I claim the exact amount on both.
It's probably the company you worked for had your tax rate set higher.
So I don't get how that happens. Yeah.
Well, maybe they're probably doing a better job in the last one and maybe not a better job. It's probably actually a worse job if you think about it, because you should be taking home your maximum amount and not, at the end of the day, you should pay zero. You should get a $0 refund.
So what you're saying is the amount of tax that's taken out of my paycheck doesn't the government has nothing to do with. It's my payroll.
Yes.
Well, fuck my payroll.
Because that's why, at the end of the day, that's why we do taxes, because I made this much money, I paid this much taxes, because you're supposed to be whatever percentage. And then they go, okay, and that's why you have deductibles, that's why you have the kids, blah, 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 it's X dollars against it, whatever. And then you go, okay, did I pay my appropriate amount of taxes? And they go, oh, no, actually, you paid more than your taxes, so we're going to give that money back to you. Because you paid more than your, let's say it's 20% tax rate.
Yeah, I'm starting to think now maybe it's how good the payroll
company was.
Yeah, because I bet you before.
Well, overtime's a different factor too.
Yeah, and certain paychecks I got from making X amount of money, they're like, well, that guy's obviously in this tax bracket, so we'll take that percentage out. But then maybe I didn't hit it.
Right.
And whereas, like, where I work now, they're like, nobody makes that tax bracket.
Well,
or something,
You don't have as many, there's not as many employees or whatever it might be. So it's like, okay, you have a personal accountant dealing with everybody's paychecks. You have a payroll company dealing with, how many people probably work for your company now? 20, 30, 40?
Well, overall, we've probably got a couple hundred.
Okay. What'd you have at the oil company?
A couple thousand.
Right.
Probably a couple 100,000.
So
it was fucking Baker Hughes, dude.
It's easier to go like a few hundred people will be like, look at each one individually, kind of assess that. Maybe had a better system at this time of day, this new time where it's like, okay, no.
I wonder.
It's better to end up having, I know everybody wants a big tax return at the end of the year, right?
Well, the ideal situation is just not have to pay or get back anything, honestly.
Right, you zero out.
But I'd rather get back than pay more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder if I can, knowing how much I work knowing like an average from last year's shit, if I could go to my people and be like, hey, tax me like I'm in this fucking bracket. This is the bracket I'm going to hit. Tax me like that.
Well, that's what you said. You put $100 paycheck extra right into it.
Yeah, but I don't want to think. I want them to fucking. I don't want to have to think about it. Either that, or just don't take anything out of my shit at all and let me figure out the end of the year, and I'll save up money for it.
You can, but you're a slippery slope there.
Not unless I set up. Not unless I set up a fucking set up a bank account where all I can do is pull money orders from it. I don't set up an ATM card. I don't set up transfers or anything. Like, this is just a fucking savings account, and I auto withdraw, because when you do direct deposit, you can set up multiple accounts. Like 10% goes here. Say like, I don't know what fucking tax bracket I'm in. I don't even know what they are. But say I'm like at a 20% tax bracket. I think that's still for like really rich people, though. Isn't it? I don't know. So then I just like, well, fuck.
Not more.
Here's 20%. Yeah, who knows anymore? Like, just take 20% of my paycheck, put it in that fucking savings account. Then, if anything, I might even be able to fucking put some of that shit into a money market account and actually make some goddamn interest off of it before I pull it all out and do my taxes at the end of the year.
Right.
Let me do it.
I mean, that's a self-employed person.
I just need to make my own job.
A self-employed person, because you got to do your taxes at the year, and you literally are paying taxes at the end of the year no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to your dad about that. He probably knows all about it.
Yeah.
That's like every
you're
job.
You're a 1099. You're a contractor.
Yeah, every job you do, then you got to put money away.
I'd write it all off.
Yeah, well, writing off is the funniest thing. It's like, you just write it off. It's like, you're writing off the tax on that. You're not writing off the... Like, you don't go spend $100. I can just write off this $100. No, you write off the 6.5% tax on it. Because you need it for work. So, you write off $6.50. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a lot of money in certain aspects.
Well, if you're
spending a lot of money for your business, it does make sense.
And some of it is more than just that sales tax. You can write the whole thing off because then it doesn't count as income because it was for a business.
Right.
So
I mean, out of your I
because it's not taxable income because it didn't become income.
Right.
So I just need to become my own business working for my current job. Do my own taxes. And then I'll probably fuck it up.
One day we'll deep dive into it when this shit's,
Why didn't they teach us this shit in school?
Taxes, because taxes are the weirdest thing ever, and they change a lot. And just
fucking no ABCs. Like, that's helped me.
Yeah.
I can spell some shit. That ain't fucking helped me out with my money problems.
I know how percentages work. It's just decimal points moved around, and you guys were like, we'll just make it a percent. That's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and if it's, if the decimals don't work and the percentage doesn't work, here's a fucking fraction, too.
Why don't you say every 22 cents of your dollar, I take.
Yeah.
I don't know why I came up with that percentage, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just say, you're taxed 10%. Okay, so every dollar I make, you take 10 cents. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's stupid. For what? That's what it is. I don't know. It's just crazy. But anyways, sports and taxes. No, we might as well talk about death at this point in time, too, right?
Politics.
Oh, I mean, politics was a big thing. We just had inauguration day.
Yeah, we did do that.
We had Martin Luther King Day, inauguration day. We had the holiday on Monday.
Speaking of MLK, I just saw
Speaking of inauguration day too, it's like
the new guy just signed some papers saying that he's going to release all the documents about the MLK assassination, RFK assassination, and the JFK assassination. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to see what's going on that they've been hiding from us.
Yeah, he's just signing shit up.
Yeah.
He's like, he said he's gonna do it. He's like, whatever comes in. He's like, I'm gonna get in there. He's like, and they're like, just put it out for weeks. He's like, I'm doing it all. Like first day, he's like, I'm gonna do shit that's rolling heads.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was a pretty big one. I mean, still, what gets released, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
If they go, okay, JFK, RFK, like MLK, or case.
Like, we accidentally killed them, and we'll just be like, yeah, we knew, but fuck, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like the government decided that they would be too much in power, so we killed them.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's just
it's
like the
like,
whole
oh.
fucking. It's like the whole fucking alien thing. They're like, yeah, guys, there's aliens. They're like, yeah, we know, but all right.
But we're not really going to tell you much about it, but
What's the next thing?
We all have a lot of sightings and stuff. And we're like,
Right.
okay, but like, is there proof? And they're like, well, yeah, we saw them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're everybody. You're everybody.
But
Like, can you bring us a spaceship out and be like,
yeah,
this one like crashed back in like 1950? I don't know.
yeah. And then we just and then we as a people just kind of move on. Like, well, okay, whatever. What's like we don't. It's like they're finally telling us things we wanted to hear and want to know about. Not giving us much information, and then we're just like, oh, cool, whatever, and we just go on. Oh, you're being a TikTok? Fuck you!
Yeah.
TikTok's the only reason I knew there were aliens.
It's just so weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. It's just like any other presidency. I don't think my life's going to change at all.
No, I mean, I think open it up. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's trying to open some stuff up and give us some better communication. Like the drone shit that was over Jersey that nobody has really a great idea for,
Right.
or great classification for, anyways. Somebody knows. Somebody knows.
Somebody has to.
One of them could have easily got intercepted and shot down, whatever.
Unless that's the first step for AI taking over the world as they release their own drones.
Yeah.
But no, so there's like those things aren't being controlled on their own, I'm sure.
Right. Just weird stuff, but I don't know. I like
Yeah.
presidency is presidency. They have so much power. They don't have power for everything. So
Right.
we'll get to a standstill at some point. So
Yeah. I learned something cool today.
yeah, what's that?
So I'm changing the subject. But do you know where JoJo potatoes came from? You ever just thought about that?
It's the lightly floured seasoned potato, deep fried. So it's kind of like a twice baked potato, anyways.
Yeah.
Right. You got to bake that potato, then you cut it.
Yeah.
You're not taking a raw potato and doing it, right?
But it's not. It's usually a baked potato.
Cut up.
Yeah, it's like a pre-cook that sometimes get lightly breaded. I've seen them where they're not, but basically you're just frying them up and make them crispy on the
I
outside.
say you want it lightly breaded though, because it's got to have like
Yeah,
an extra crispy skin on the skin, but it still looks like it's not breaded, but it's very lightly.
yeah.
Like, I want to say,
but it's not an all over the country thing. Not everybody knows what JoJo potatoes are. Apparently,
no, because they call them different things in different states.
Yeah,
So I want to say JoJo is an Ohio thing, or at least close within 50 miles of where we live.
farther.
No shot.
Yeah, it's it's the birthplace of the potato.
It's not an Irish thing.
Well, no, I guess not the birth. It's the home state of the potato.
Okay. Idaho.
Yeah.
Idahoans call them JoJo's?
It's a Boise, Idaho thing where they were invented. And they were invented with another thing. So whenever because the guys at work were talking about this, I'm like, well, fuck. They're like, do you call them JoJo's? Who calls JoJo's? What's that? I'm like, dude, guys, we got the information right here in our fucking hands. So I Googled it, and then I immediately start reading this paragraph, and there's a look on my face like, what? Like, because I found out another thing that I've never even fucking heard of. Have you ever heard of finger steaks?
Nope.
Right? That's the first words that I saw. I was like, what the fuck? So there's a place in Boise, Idaho, where they were serving finger steaks, and then they realized that if you took a baked potato and you cut it into quarters, you could get it to cook faster and be hot faster after you fried it. So I don't know if they were just trying to serve whole fucking baked potatoes that they were frying with.
Are they putting finger steaks on a skewer, and they're like, how do we put a whole potato skewer in there? Like, let's cut it in four and just shove a stick in it.
But finger steaks actually make so much fucking sense. And I'm surprised, like, we don't have them all over the place, because we have chicken fingers, but we don't have finger steaks, which is basically just battered and fried steak, like a chicken finger.
Right.
So it makes sense. I don't know why they called it finger steaks instead of steak fingers, like chicken fingers. But now I want some fucking finger steaks.
Well, the cost, right? So I've had plenty of breaded and fried steak.
Yeah, you get a country fried steak.
Yeah, I forget. You used to be able to get. It was like a chicken tender, but it was like chicken fried steak, right?
Because that's what I'm picturing in my mind is
But
chicken
you
fried
could
steak
get it.
in strips.
Yeah, you get it in bites, and I know it was like a grocery store had them or something happened. It was my late teens, early 20s that I was getting them somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't remember where. So it could have been up in Michigan. It could have been at a grocery store. I could be making this all up. I don't know, but I remember eating something that was like
a fever dream,
like a breaded steak bite. And I was like, man, this is so good. Like, but obviously, like, you need to beat the shit out of that meat. You need to make that meat tender as hell, bread it, fry it,
right?
Because you can't have. I mean, you can have a little bit of gristle here and there in a bite, whatever. For the most part, you want that to be kind of like a, maybe even a shaved meat molded together kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the price of beef has skyrocketed. So, in the price of chicken, although it's up, it's never been the price of beef. But maybe you're on to something. Maybe we need a meat shack.
Oh, yeah.
And we serve meat nuggets out the back.
Stody's finger steaks.
Stody's fingers. Come get your finger steaks. I'm sure we'll sell hundreds of them.
Yeah, dude.
And then we'll close. We're good. We'll sell hundreds.
Finger
and
sauce.
we're done. We'll never sell thousands.
Finger
we'll never
steaks
sell
and
millions.
But yeah, I did a map search for finger steaks, and there's nowhere near us that has them on the menu.
Yeah.
So,
but JoJo's are incredible. If you're listening to this and you've never had a JoJo, some call them just a fried potato wedge, whatever you want to do. But it's basically a baked potato shot down in the, it's a bigger potato you want to get, and you want to cut that in about 8 slivers, like a pickle slice, like a long pickle slice, about that size. You want to toss that in a little seasoned flour, and then you want to fry it for a minute. Boom, easy.
But I got it up for anybody watching too. There's pictures. There's the images of finger steaks, and those are some delicious looking little motherfuckers. I've had
those before somewhere, and I was like, "This is amazing." Because you got to really use a tender steak for it too.
Yeah, I'm sure you could run a tenderizer.
Right.
What are those things called?
Charcuterie, or not charcuterie.
I wanted to
charcuterie. Charcut. It's J A. You're not typing what I'm telling you.
No.
JACC.
Jacquard.
Yeah. See, I was spelling it out. JACCARD. Nailed it.
Yeah. All right. You got that one right. Jacquard. And this is a bunch of little blades, and it cuts through all the little.
Yeah, but have you ever seen okay, so that you're watching a hand one? I've seen a professional one.
Yeah.
And
it's like a machine that runs them through.
Yeah.
Because I think that most.
I want to run a horror machine in an actual crazy. So for my work, I've gone to this butcher shop that my company owns.
Yeah.
And they have a huge carting machine. It doesn't do a steak. It does a whole muscle.
Yeah.
So when we talk about a whole muscle, you're talking about like
a whole rump.
Yeah. To break that down simple for somebody, here's a whole ribeye loin. It runs through this machine and goes and then shoots it out. So it just put 100,000 holes through that thing and sent it through.
Yeah.
And the only reason you do that is like a lower quality grade meat to tenderize the shit out of it.
Yeah, you're cutting through the muscle tissue, so it's not as fibrous and shit.
All that muscle, all that fat just got beat down, and then they take it and then they slice it and they sell it as a cheap steak.
Yeah. Or they'll pre-bread them and sell them frozen as country fried steak. Yeah. I bet you if you go to like a fucking Denny's or a Bob Evans or name your region's local diner, and they got country fried steak on the menu, they're not hand bread and shit in the back usually.
That's a terrible piece of meat that just got beat the hell out of.
Yeah,
and then coated in some flour and sent to you and deep fried fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Tastes
Delicious
good.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Slap some fucking gravy on
Put
that,
a
some country gravy on that
Yeah,
shit, dude.
let's go.
Got yourself a good old
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, man, get some finger tips. I wonder what they dip them in Boise. Because if it ain't country gravy, they're missing the fuck out.
I bet it's country gravy or brown gravy. One of the two. Or just barbecue sauce. I bet those are your 3 options. You want the country gravy, brown gravy, or you want the barbecue? Those are like top 3.
Ranch dressing. Get out of here.
Or fry sauce.
Cocktail sauce or fry sauce.
Fry sauce is big because that's just ketchup and mayo.
So here's a Idaho finger steaks, because that was just the AI one, and it could be fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up. Give me the recipe.
So we should figure out how to make some fry steaks, and I'm sure we can. It would not be hard for us to figure out how to make fry steaks. Okay. Let's make us some fry steaks. Let's make a little video of it.
They got, for their sauce, they got salt, vinegar, garlic, pepper, mayo, oil, a little lime juice, red pepper flakes. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid ad. Parsley and oregano. Chimichurri mayo is a dipping sauce, so they're calling it. I don't think they're doing that shit in Idaho, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't want that.
This bitch wrong.
No, that's too. I'm making them elegant. Yeah, my chimichurri.
Fucking
get out of here. Let's do our own.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out a day. We'll put these together for you guys, and we'll see how they go. Because I already saw that she did hers completely incorrectly too.
Yeah.
She did not beat her meat. Those look more battered than breaded.
Yeah, whenever I first looked up finger steaks, it did say sometimes a tempura batter.
Okay.
Yeah. This one looks like it's got cocktail sauce with that shit.
It looks like is that garlic bread or a piece of fish?
I think that's garlic toast. Yeah.
That's probably just ketchup. Probably just got damn some ketchup.
Download menu.
It is funny though, because by region, by whatever you do, it was probably a cheap cut of meat. I'm gonna say it had to be a cheap cut of meat, cut thin, and they made them probably. Nowadays it's probably hard for them to like match it up, right? A manufacturer might make them in the area and sell them to everybody.
Yeah,
but I bet back in the day.
Well, they have no description for what it just says. Boise's best finger steaks. It doesn't say like with.
Well, aren't that all of them below or no? Is that no? It's not. Okay. So I think what happened was back in the day they probably pounded out a shitty cut of meat because that's what they normally did, and then breaded it, fried it, and served it up. Mm-hmm. And now everybody is trying to make their little twist on it today, like. Oh, I get filet mignon, and then I cut it in strips, and then you just bread those, and you serve it with a chimichurri. And it's just like back. Get the fuck out! No.
Yeah.
You need to be selective on your meat. You need to go get a rump roast, probably cut that down, section it out, cut out veins, cut out fat, butcher cut it.
Or even like get some chuck steaks. Even I'd take chuck steaks and jacquard the fuck out of them, cut them into strips.
Either one, and then kind of like make sure you cut muscle pieces out and stuff like that. Like what a butcher would give you. Like, oh, here's my scraps. You can pay 5 cents a pound for this.
I bet you do buttermilk pickle juice marinade on that shit overnight. That'll kind of tenderize them up a little bit too.
Now you're talking the language. So
then you go wet dry for a double batter on that motherfucker.
All right, we're starting our cooking show soon, anyways. And our first thing will be beef fingers.
Finger steaks.
Yeah, finger steak and beef, man. All right, that sounds like a plan. We'll schedule a day here soon.
Finger steaks.
Anyways, do you have anything else? Because we just went on about finger steaks for a while.
Well, I wanted to talk about it because I learned that today. I learned something.
I swear I've had those before in a different version, and I don't know where, and it's going to hit me.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. So,
but they got to be delicious.
I think we make them.
I mean, chicken fingers are delicious.
I think we make them and we try them.
I just thought it was weird that they chose to use the word finger first in this one. Something about finger steak sounds perverted. Like, oh, I'm eating chicken fingers. Like, that doesn't sound weird. Like, I got me some finger steaks. Like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a steak
fucking
fingers.
pervert. What are you doing, you weirdo?
Well, somebody probably has gone. Well,
Is that an innuendo for something? Like,
but it is kind of weird to say chicken fingers.
yeah, but did you say finger chicken?
Yeah, give me some finger chicken. I mean, chicken fingers sounds like you're eating fingers of chicken, right?
They got
If you say beef fingers, I'm like, well, beef doesn't have fingers. They got hoofs.
yeah.
I mean, chickens, you could at least say they do kind of have fingers, right?
Toes.
I don't know. Who knows how this shit was came up with? Fucking weirdos.
The chicken finger would almost be like the little flap that's on the end of the extra little wingy part on chicken wings. They only got like one finger.
Yeah, it's who made it famous.
Fucking Boise.
And we need to make beef fingers famous.
Yeah.
Finger beef.
Finger steaks.
Finger steak.
Finger steaks and JoJo potatoes.
Finger steak inside of my JoJo potato.
We just Stodie's Finger Hut and we start
Nothing.
chicken fingers and finger steaks.
My God, you never.
Well, even instead of calling them JoJo's, we'll just call them potato fingers too.
Yeah. We'll cut them a little bit smaller, and we'll be like, "These are potato fingers. We got chicken fingers, and we got beef fingers, and we got
fish sticks. We'll call them
we
fish
got
fingers.
pork fingers. We got bacon fingers. We got fish fingers. I'm just
we got the finger platter. Come on in, let us finger you.
buddy Tyler will be the first investor ever.
We can toss some in sauce too. You're like, oh, we got dry fingers, you got wet fingers.
I got a hot finger sauce.
She's like, we got this jam, sticky fingers.
I got a just painted my nails sauce, finger sauce. Miss one finger man sauce.
The Finger Hut.
The Finger Hut. Jesus Christ. It's so dumb it would probably work.
That's
the problem. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It would literally probably beat out like Cane's and all these other chicken tender places coming up because you would at least have some fucking options, right? I don't just have chicken. I got chicken. I got beef. I got pork.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll make shrimp fingers too.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got shrimp fingers.
I got full of fingers at Cody. I was full of fingers at Stodie's Finger Shack.
Man, I got a platter of fingers.
I got fingered good.
Oh my God.
All the fingers I can handle.
Somehow it'd work. Because you could just be like, you could start with that. And if you started raunchy and dirty, you would just win. You just win.
Yes.
Let's go to every strip club and sell them.
Yeah.
Like it was some of my fingers.
These ones smell like they go bad. These are some stinky fingers.
Those my shrimp fingers. Oh, they real smell like? Never mind. They're my roast beef curtain fingers. Put horseradish on them.
Little cream sauce on them fingers. Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah.
We got to do that sometime soon, though. But
Yeah, we got to start our finger shack.
anyways, I think that's it, man. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
we've rambled on for the entirety of the
Sports,
show.
Minority politics.
Do we talk minorities?
No, I meant a little bit about. We talked a finger about politics,
Yeah.
just a little bit. We talked about chicken fingering.
Yeah. Safe fingering out there, guys.
Oh God!
But
It's such a word. It's such a word that, like, when you associate, like, if you go, "Hey, I just ate some chicken fingers," everybody knows what you're talking about,
right?
Because it's chicken tenders. It's supposed to be chicken tenders, right?
Yeah.
Which is all the same. And whoever was like, "We're selling chicken fingers," was probably the first person goofing.
Yeah.
Because they probably cut them in little slivers, and they're like, "Oh, they're selling tenders. They're selling a whole tender line. Mine are smaller. Mine are only chicken fingers." And then somebody just, and then it's chicken breast if you're selling a whole thing. Man, chickens are perverted.
Fucking perverts. Dude, you guys, chickens need to be on some kind of list or some shit.
Breast is technically the
And
right
they're
word.
marketed towards kids.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Always.
Kids love chicken fingers.
Nuggets.
Yeah. Dirty. Fucking little dirty birds. Perverts.
Nuggets has became kind of a weird word, too. If you get it outside of it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a nugget of gold. You got a nugget of poop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just stretching that
Got
one.
some
but
nugs of weed.
Nugs of weed.
Yeah, dude.
Some nugs, some chicken nuggies.
Sit on your bicycle seat wrong, you might smash your nugs.
Think about gold nugget. I mean, that goes back to the past. I said you kill a man for a gold nugget.
Yeah.
So you'd kill a man for a chicken nugget.
Kill a man for some good fingers.
He's got better fingers, man. Hey, he's got gold nuggies
Oh god!
on his.
I swear
fingers.
that the finger shack or the finger hut or something.
It could be so weird. It'd be like that.
Finger house.
You
Finger room.
see that heart attack place?
Yeah, where they like deep fry everything.
Yeah, they got nothing but like sexy nurses in there. And you got to sign waivers and stuff.
And
like,
it's something too. Like if you're over 350 pounds, you get like 20% off or something stupid. Too.
yeah, it's like 50%. It's like you almost get free.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
so bad. It's like they're trying to murder people.
You come in and finger us, we'll give you a 10% discount. Oh god.
Nope.
There's so many finger jokes, and it's such like an innocent word too. But once you start,
This is my finger, and now I am fingering in a circle. It's weird. It's so.
Yes.
Why does it sound? It makes me uncomfortable.
it's funny, and I love it. I love it. But anyway, take your fingers, click like and subscribe. Don't
Point a finger at your best friend and make sure you tell him.
Don't forget to tell your grandma to use her fingers too. Take your fingers, point all the thing, and use your finger to give it the thumbs up. Anyway, did you have yourself a damn good
I
time?
had a damn good time. Steve, did you have a damn good time?
I also had a damn good time.
Hell yeah, let's finger about it.
Yes, we hope you guys had yourselves a damn good time as well, and we'll see you probably next week.
Cheers. Fingers.
Here's the fingers.